Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Han Solo. I'm Captain of the Millennium Falcon. Bond. James Bond.
Up in the sky! It's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's Superman!
Hasta la vista, baby.
Say hello to my little friend!
Here's Johnny.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to the 5th episode of Snack and Chat. Today I got some watermelon Sour Patch Kids. You can never go wrong with this stuff. I mean, Sour Patch Kids are like the elite candy, okay? They are my favorite candy because they are just phenomenal. I love me some Sour Patch Kids. Whether you're talking about the normal ones, the watermelon ones, the rainbow ones, all delicious. But anyways, with all that out of the way, we got a whole buttload of movie news to talk about today. Okay, we got a whole buttload of movie news to talk about today. We're gonna talk about some more Doctor Strange 2 madness. Okay, we're gonna talk about this new Batman suit that just dropped. We're gonna talk about this Aladdin sequel that's been chatting about. We're gonna talk about this new David O. Russell film coming up. Okay, we got a whole buttload of juicy stuff to talk about. I hope you guys had a great week. I had a pretty solid week myself. So without further ado, let's jump into some movie news. Okay, now the first piece of news that we will talk about today is this. So Doctor Strange 2, that is right, folks. Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness, that has been in the news quite a lot lately, especially with Scott Derrickson exiting the project due to creative differences between him and Marvel. So there's been a bunch of news coming around that. But however, there's been a little something. There's been a little something that dropped. And that is this. So apparently, there was never a script written for Doctor Strange 2 by Scott Derrickson and his co-writer C. Robert Cargill. I apologize if I got your last name wrong. But so there was never a script written. Now this is what Scott Derrickson's co-writer had to say. Since it keeps coming up in news stories, it's worth noting that Scott and I never had the opportunity to write a draft of Multiverse of Madness. So whatever they are working with isn't derivative of our work. I'm of course very excited to see where they take Steven next. Now, here's my thoughts on this, okay? This is how I kind of think this all went down in the first place, okay? I think there's most likely a discussion between Scott Derrickson and Marvel, and they probably just couldn't come up with an agreement for what they wanted for the story. And I think that's what kind of led to this creative differences, or maybe it was something else, because we all know the studios like to use the term creative differences. You just never know. Now look, do I think Marvel should have given Derrickson and his co-writer a shot at writing a script for Doctor Strange 2? To be honest with you, no. And the reason is because if Derrickson and his co-writer and Marvel were already at odds of what they wanted the story to be, there's a very low shot of Marvel being satisfied with the script that would have been written by Derrickson and his co-writer, because again, they were already at odds of basically what they wanted the story to be and what they wanted the tone and the feel to be. And look, at least Scott Derrickson left now and not later in the game. So at least he left now and not later. And look, Scott Derrickson and Marvel are still on good terms, so that's obviously good to hear. And look, we might see a Sam Raimi directed Doctor Strange movie. And yes, I know people are worried about the whole studio meddling thing. And look, that could absolutely be the reason why Scott Derrickson parted ways with Marvel. But you also have to look at Marvel's resume. They've done a pretty good job, as far as I know. I'm sure there's a lot that I don't know. But as far as I know, Marvel has done a pretty good job of balancing what the creators want and as well as what Marvel wants. So with that said, I did find it interesting to see that there was never a script written for Doctor Strange 2 by Scott Derrickson and his co-writer. But then again, I'm kind of glad they weren't given the chance to write a script, because they couldn't even come to terms in the first place of what they wanted the story to be. So there's that, and that probably would have even wasted more time. Probably could have delayed the movie, and probably could have made, just probably could have made a whole thing. So I'm glad this happened now and not later. So we'll see what Marvel does next with this movie. We'll see what Scott Derrickson does next with whatever he's doing. So there's that. So now let's move on to the next topic. But before we do, oh my. Absolutely delicious. Okay, now let's get into the second topic of news on today's show. And that is another one that's also part of the Disney realm. That is Aladdin 2. Now, obviously, Aladdin 2019 was a big success as it made $1 billion. That is right, folks. $1 billion at the box office. Nobody was expecting that. Nobody was expecting that, but it happened. So, I mean, you kind of sensed it. You kind of sensed that there was going to be a sequel to this. I mean, come on, there just was. And now there is going to be a sequel to Aladdin. And Guy Ritchie is set to return to the director's chair. Obviously, he just had his new film, The Gentleman, come out. And also Will Smith, Amina Massoud, and Naomi Scott are expected to reprise their roles as, obviously, Genie, Aladdin, and as well as Jasmine. Now, apparently there was a writer's room in the summertime of last year as well to basically generate ideas for a follow-up film. So there's that. Now, look, I haven't seen much of the reactions to this news story, but I kind of doubt that they're very positive, which I get. So I kind of doubt that they're very positive. Now, if you've been watching me for a little bit, you guys know that I enjoyed the remake of Aladdin. I thought I had a great time with it, and I enjoyed the film overall. But look, here's my general consensus of this, okay? If the creators came up with a juicy, good story, I'd be totally happy to go back to that live-action Aladdin universe that they set up last year. I'd be totally cool with that. Because if you got a good story, and you can put all the pieces together, I'm absolutely in. Any time of the day. Absolutely in. Now, would I prefer for Disney to explore whole new worlds? See what I did there? Would I prefer Disney to explore whole new worlds? Absolutely. I mean, that was classic Disney. I mean, that's how you got these classic movies like an Aladdin or a Beauty and the Beast or a Lion King. Sure, absolutely. But to phrase probably one of my favorite lines of last year, it's what it is. And look, I highly doubt it's going to be like a remake of one of their direct-to-home sequels that they did. I highly doubt it. I mean, I hope not. I really hope not. I mean, not that I've seen them, but I mean, come on. I mean, you had a whole full writer's room that happened back in the summer. I mean, when you got a bunch of creative people, something's gonna come out of that. But I highly doubt that that's gonna happen. But look, overall, if they got a good story, I'm in for this. I'm totally in for this. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of it for that. So let's hop into this next topic. And that I'm very excited for this. And that is David O. Russell's new upcoming film. Okay. This movie was talked about quite a bit this weekend. It is David O. Russell's new movie that is set to star, get this, okay? It's set to star Christian Bale, okay, who's arguably one of the best actors working today, or maybe even the best actor working today. Margot Robbie, who was just casted a couple days ago. And Michael B. Jordan, who was just casted today. Look, no plot details have been revealed yet. The film is going to be called New Regency, I believe. New Regency, I think that's what it's going to be called. But look, when you got David O. Russell, I've only seen one of his movies, and that was The Fighter. And I love The Fighter. And if you just tell me the guy who directed The Fighter is making a new movie starring Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, and Michael B. Jordan, I'd be jumping up and down. In fact, I am jumping up and down. I am so hyped for this. Obviously, like I said before, there's no plot details, so I can't really go in depth for this. But I mean, this is a star-studded cast already. I'm excited to see what this movie is going to be all about. I don't know when this movie comes out just yet, but I cannot wait for this movie. It definitely would be one of my highly anticipated films whenever it comes out. But yes, tell me down in the comment section below, what do you guys think about this stuff? Because I'm pretty excited for this. Now, another big thing came out this week, and that is Rick Moranis, that is right, folks. Spaceballs star, Flintstones star, Ghostbusters star, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids star, Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement to star in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids sequel, yes, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids sequel, Shrunk, that's gonna air on Disney Plus, and he's coming back, he's returning. Josh Gad is in the movie as well, Joan Johnston's directing, and look, even though I've only seen half of the original movie, I hear Rick Moranis is coming back, I get excited, okay? Spaceballs is just absolute dynamite, and part of that is because of Rick Moranis, okay? Obviously he was in Ghostbusters, obviously he was in Flintstones, but just hearing he's coming back just puts a big smile on my face. I'll definitely finish watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids before I watch Shrunk, but look, again, even though I've only seen half of the original movie, this makes me so excited to see he's coming back. Now, do I think this casting is a signal for Rick Moranis to appear in other films? To be honest, I don't know yet. I kind of want to wait to see kind of what his attitude and his reaction is towards making more movies. Because maybe this is just a one and done for him. Maybe he just wants to do Shrunk and that's it. And yes, while I think this casting doesn't 101% show that Rick Moranis is up for appearing in other movies other than Shrunk, however, I do think that this casting shows that Rick Moranis is at least more open for having conversations with other people about appearing in other films. I'd say wait just a bit on the whole Spaceballs 2 thing. Trust me, I'd love to see a Spaceballs 2, and especially with all the stuff that's happened ever since the original one came out. I mean, absolutely insane. Okay, so let's hop into this next topic, and that is this. So Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jackie Chan have a new movie coming out called The Iron Mask. Okay. Okay. So the first trailer just came out, and I watched it. I mean, I didn't really think about doing a trailer reaction to it because, I mean, I don't know. I just didn't really feel like it. Plus, I went to go watch Sonic. Make sure to check out the review. And I watched the trailer, and let me tell you, it doesn't look very good. However, it looks like probably one of the most entertaining experiences ever. I mean, there's this one part where it shows Arnold. I mean, he's in this ridiculous costume. And he literally, I'm not going to try my Arnold impression. I don't want to do that. And he looks like back at, I believe he's talking to Jackie Chan. He looks back and he's like, "The tower!" It's like, I don't get this. Or he says, "It's the tower." He's like, "It's the tower!" And he just starts laughing. And I mean, it's absolute gold. And there's this other part of the trailer. I forgot who says it. And they're talking to another character and they're just like, "I'm heading east. My way is filled with danger. You wanna come?" It's like, it's just like out of nowhere. My journey is gonna be filled with danger. You could possibly die, man. You could die. But do you wanna come? It makes no sense. But it's absolute gold. The VFX don't even look that good either. I mean, the movie looks absolutely ridiculous, okay? It doesn't look bad. It looks ridiculous. And I'm so down to see this. I'll be the first one there, okay? I'm sure this movie's not going to do well at the box office. But I just want to see this movie. I just want to see this movie. Make sure to watch the trailer. But speaking of trailers, a new trailer came out today that I haven't seen, and this is the first time this is going to happen on Snack and Chat. That is right, folks. We're making history today. And that is the Green Knight trailer. Now, the reason why I say we're going to make history today is because I'm going to do a trailer reaction right here, right now, during Snack and Chat. And I may be wondering, why didn't I just do a trailer reaction earlier? Again, I went to go watch Sonic, so there's that. And I also have to prepare some stuff for the Snack and Chat episode 5. Yeah, that's right. So I didn't really, yeah, so that's why. Anyway, so this is going to be the first time that I want to do a trailer reaction on Snack and Chat to the Green Knight. I hear the trailer's awesome. I mean, you got a good cast in here. So let's start watching this trailer now. Green Knight, trailer number 1. Boom. In a time when honor was everything. That Dev Patel? Yeah, it is. Whoa, my gosh. His face is on fire. A24, man. They know how to do their thing.
Tell me a tale of yourself, so that I might know thee.
I have none to tell.
Yet, you have none to tell yet.
What's going on?
I fear all men for greatness.
We all fear.
Alicia Vikander?
Fear can be a gift.
David Lauer. It's Mike Lauer's brother. Oh my god.
Do not waste this.
Whoa. I gotta rewatch that again. Hold on a minute. Okay, so I just finished rewatching the trailer and look. It is a darn good trailer, I'll tell you that much. I mean, it definitely has, it kind of has like witch, creepy vibes in there. The music was definitely chilling. It's a horror flick in medieval times. I just absolutely. You got David Lowery, you got Dev Patel, you got Alicia Vikander, and Alicia Vikander hasn't really been in as many stuff. I mean, obviously she was in Tomb Raider, and she was in that Michael Fassbender movie that I heard wasn't good. But ever since Ex Machina, when she won her Oscar, I haven't really seen her in as many things. But it's awesome seeing her in here. I am very interested in seeing this film. It doesn't really tell you much about the story. However, it's a horror flick in medieval times with a good cast. I'm all in for that. A24, I mean, A24 has been knocking it out of the park, especially when it comes down to their horror, where they talk about Hereditary or some other horror movies. I can't really think of the top of my head. It's pretty late right now, so I can't really think about it. I just can't. But look, I'll definitely be at the theaters watching this movie. I mean, seeing this in IMAX. I'm having nightmares after that. But anyways, yeah, so I'll definitely be at the theater watching The Green Knights. Okay, now let's move into our last piece of news, and that is this. So the Batman suit that will be featured in Matt Reeves' The Batman was dropped on Matt Reeves' Twitter. He showed it. He's like, this is what the Batman suit's gonna look like, guys. It's some test footage, you know, Joker style, like what Joker did. And look, I know some people don't like it, some people do. I personally, I mean, okay. First of all, it was very dark, so it was kind of hard to see. It was hard to see. The music was good. I liked the music a lot. I know Michael Giacchino's doing the score, and I love me some Michael Giacchino. I thought the torso looked pretty good. It looks very Arkham Knight-ish. I know that there's that theory going around, which I love, of how basically the logo is made out of the guns that killed Bruce Wayne's parents. I think that's awesome. It makes tons of sense because when Bruce Wayne's parents died, that's when Bruce Wayne became the Batman. So I like that. The mask, I've seen some close-ups. His eyes look kind of big, but I mean, it was hard to see because it was so dark. I want to see like a whole enchilada, some good lighting. I want to see the whole thing. I need to. I just need to. But it was hard to get a good look at that, so I'm not clear on what I think of the mask just yet. And plus, you didn't even see like the ears, so it just looks like just a weird normal, well, not normal, but like just like a weird looking mask without the ears. So I just want to see the whole thing. But I did like the torso. I thought that was pretty cool looking. So yeah, that's about it. We went through some good topics today. We even did a trailer reaction today. So with that said, tell me down in the comment section below, what did you think about the topics that we talked about today on this very episode of Snack and Chat? And don't forget to like and subscribe because that is very important. And as always, in every single Kid Critic video, look out for the next video or review. And peace.